Dads, what's the weirdest misunderstanding you've ever had with your child's school? It started with a phone call while I was in a meeting. Mr. Pearson, this is Mrs. Winters from Oak Ridge Elementary. We need to discuss Emma's disturbing behavior. My heart dropped. Emma was the kid who apologized to stuffed animals when she bumped into them. What could she possibly have done? She's been telling the class some concerning stories, Mrs. Winters continued, her voice tense, about bodies being hidden and procedures for disposing of evidence. I nearly choked. I'm sorry, what? We take these things seriously, Mr. Pearson. Emma described in detail how you take care of problems at night when she's supposed to be sleeping. My mind raced. I'm an accountant. The most dangerous thing I handle is an aggressively formatted Excel spreadsheet. There must be some mistake, I stammered. She drew pictures, Mr. Pearson. Her voice went ice cold. Of you with bodies. That's when it clicked. 2 weeks earlier, we'd had a massive garden pest problem. Moles were destroying our yard, and after humane traps failed, I'd reluctantly decided to handle it myself. Mrs. Winters, Emma must be talking about the moles. Moles? She repeated skeptically. Yes, garden moles. They were tearing up our yard, and I've been catching them at night because that's when they're active. I thought Emma was asleep. Silence on the line. So when Emma said you were burying bodies in the dark, she meant I was relocating garden pests. Yes. More silence. Then, we'll need you to come in for a meeting tomorrow morning. The next day, I sat across from Mrs. Winters, the principal, and the school counselor. On the table between us lay Emma's drawings. I picked one up, a crude crayon sketch of me holding what looked like a lumpy potato with a speech bubble. Got another one. Emma overheard me talking to my wife about catching the moles, I explained. I didn't realize she was listening. When I said I took care of another one, I meant a garden pest, not a person. The principal studied me. And the special tools Emma mentioned? A flashlight and gardening gloves, I said, pulling up photos on my phone of our destroyed lawn. See our problem? Their faces softened slightly, but the counselor still looked concerned. What about Emma saying you told her this was our little secret? I felt my face flush. I didn't want her telling her mom because my wife wanted to hire professionals. I was trying to save money by doing it myself. The principal and counselor exchanged glances. One last question, Mrs. Winters said. Why did Emma say you were sending them to a better place? I sighed. Because my daughter asked if the moles would be okay, and I didn't want to explain death to a 6-year-old. Finally, the principal cracked a smile. Mr. Pearson, I think we understand the situation now. As we wrapped up, Mrs. Winters asked if I'd be willing to come to Career Day to talk about accounting. The children might benefit from hearing about a profession that doesn't involve nighttime excavation activities. That evening, I had a long talk with Emma about the difference between garden pests and people, and why some things might sound concerning without context. She nodded solemnly and said, "So, I shouldn't tell people at school about the bodies. There are no bodies, sweetie, just moles. And we don't need to keep secrets from Mommy anymore?" I winced. Definitely not. Later, my wife couldn't stop laughing. "You were almost arrested because you were too cheap to